Butthole, butthole, butthole. I'm gonna put it in the butt. I'm gonna put it in the butt. I'm gonna put it in the butt. In the butt. In the butt. I'm talking anal sex. I'm talking dick in the butt. Fucking Reggie, I'm quick and stick it in like what? Grab your anchors, girl. This ain't no time to rest. I'll have you help.
What is up, you blistering buttholes of Birmingham? I am McStud, and welcome to the motherfucking McStud Show. I am the Butthole Whisperer. And Daisy wants to say hi. Of course you do on the Butthole episode. Love you, Daisy. But first, tasty motherfucking beverage. I hope you guys are having an amazing motherfucking Tuesday. Cheers, bitches. Ah, that's delicious. Happy Titty Tainted Taco Tuesday. Man, so we got this Mexican restaurant by work. And they make some pretty good fucking food. And on Tuesdays they got specials on street tacos. So I had some of those for lunch. So I successfully celebrated Taco Tuesday today. Now, if you see Lysandra walking around, she's going to tell you that she has a Choco Taco because she wipes back the front. And that taco's no good, so just avoid her at all costs, okay? Please. But anyways, motherfuckers, I've been teasing you about a story for a couple of days now. Unintentionally teasing. You know, Daddy been tired, okay? Butthole Jim. You all want to hear about Butthole Jim. Well, I can't really say you all, because not one single person has actually asked me about Butthole Jim. But you're going to learn about Butthole Jim today. Oh, man. Now, back in the 60s, there was this fella named Jim. He worked for Coca-Cola. Sort of a high-end job. But he spent most of his days doing janitorial work. And now you'd often find Jim cleaning the conference rooms, the office areas. And he would disappear sometimes, you know, and people started to wonder what Jim was doing. Well, one day, the receptionist was walking around. You know, she was looking for someone because they had a visitor, and you know, we'll call the receptionist Susan. So Susan walks into one of the conference rooms, and she sees Jim on his knees with his head face down on one of the chairs, you know. She was concerned. So she said, Jim, are you okay? And he fucking popped up. You know, he came up with some excuse, and Susan didn't pay no mind. She was just happy that Jim was okay. You know. Then another day, his supervisor came into work and was heading to his office. And when he opened the door to his office, he found Jim face down on the seat of his desk chair. You know, deeply inhaling like he was smelling the seat or something, you know. And Jim realized someone walked in, so he jumped up and said some shit like he had tendonitis in his neck. But his supervisor was suspicious of Jim now. Well, Jim's supervisor just happened to be leaving for work that day. And as he's walking out, he kept hearing what sounded like a dog sniffing something. So he abruptly stopped, and when he done so, Jim's face ran square into his supervisor's ass. You know, he fired Jim on the spot. So, Jim, he heads home. He's now unemployed. But he found an extra $20 bill in his pocket. And as he's walking home, he spotted a hooker on the corner of the street. Excited, Jim ran up and said, "Let me smell your butthole." I got $20. The hooker looked confused. But to her, $20 is $20. Shit, it's money. For some simple act like that, you know. So she said yes, and she bent over, and she let Jim get nose deep into her butthole for about 33 seconds. Now, you guys know when you go to open one of those Reese cups, like you got to pull the paper off, or the panties, some of you call, and sometimes you get the little chunks of chocolate down there, and they get stuck on your fingers and your thumb. So, well, Jim stands up, and he has about 12 little chocolate-looking chunks on his nose. And, God damn it. And then he's walking home, brown-nosed and all, and he had this idea, an epiphany, if you will. You know, what if people paid him to smell their butthole? It did seem far-fetched at first, but he slept on it overnight, you know, and the next morning, he decided he was going to start a business, you know, getting his LLC. And that next week, he opened it up right from his garage. You know, he had a large neon sign out front. It said, Butthole Jim's, Butthole Sniffing Extravaganza. And in small letters below it, it said something like, Sniffing Butthole since 1948. And from that day on, people came from far and wide to pay Jim to sniff their buttholes. And he was now known as Butthole Jim. You know, it's been said that Butthole Jim sniffed over 2 million buttholes before he died a month after opening his business. But business came fast and it came strong, you know, just like Butthole Jim after sniffing a fresh butthole. So, rest in power, Butthole Jim. My only wish is that I could have had my butthole sniffed by you and had a photo of you in action that I could put on my Facebook page. You know, and maybe the wallpaper of my phone. You know, give me that fresh backdoor inhale that you always did. Anyways, I'm McStud. Thanks for watching. That's the story of Butthole Jim. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you. God damn it, I'll catch you itches later.
Not the moon because you fucking with the best. I ain't playing no games, you know I'm going in deep. Before 4 o'clock in the morning, I'ma catch you in your sleep. Have you waking up screaming, but you're falling in love.